Hey, what's up to everybody out there? This is your boy C Money, and welcome to another episode of the Roundtable Talk. We are in a live location, meaning that you're going to be hearing noise and stuff in the background because we're out in the public view because we want to do some of our shows in the public view so people can get an understanding of our shows. Most of our shows are in private view, so more private close setting, but we're going to start doing most of our shows in the public view. Today on our show, I have a very special guest with me. His name is Jay Monster. Say hello, Jay. Jay Monster, say hello.
Okay.
He was in one of my last previous shows. If you take a look at it, and he will be on this show discussing topics with me on this show as well. You can comment on any of our shows or anything you have. You can email us at roundtable00@yahoo.com, and you can also comment at the bottom of each and every show and the comment section of each and every show. With today's topic, we're going to be discussing a topic that everybody has been stressing for years. You may not like the topic we're going to discuss for most, but we're discussing it because it's a serious topic that people have been discussing and people have been talking about, and it's homosexuality. And what about homosexuality? In this show, we're going to be talking about stereotyping, and we're also going to be talking about labels, and I want to personally talk about, is it racist? Is it racist to human beings as homosexuality? And basically, that's one of the main three topics we're going to talk about. And you can also comment on it. Let's get right to it. First off, I'm going to start talking about homosexuality. And we're talking about, are you labeled or stereotyped? Because a lot of these days, now people have this notion where if you walk, talk, or look a certain way, you're considered a homosexual. Because of the way you dress, because of the way you talk, you may have a feminine voice, you may have a high-pitched voice, you may not be rough and tough like a regular man, you may not look like 50 Cent, or you may not look like Denzel, you may look a certain way, and basically, you have to know that this is basically, what people are saying. You can walk with skinny jeans and some pink shoes and a tight shirt, and then they automatically just think that you're homosexual. They automatically think you're gay. Or if you walk down the street and you act in a certain way, they think you're homosexual. Are you stereotyped? That's basically what it is. And to me, I don't like the fact that people stereotype other people, because there are people that I know that are straight people that do wear skinny jeans, do wear tight shirts, and do wear clothes that look appealing to them, and they're not gay. Anything you want to comment on that, Jay Monster?
Yeah, like I wear certain things, or I wear a whole different array of things throughout the weekend. Some people can automatically tell whether I wear the stuff or not, and some people, even when I wear particular stuff, they can't tell. So it sometimes comes down to the point of, are you an ignorant person? Are you gonna let yourself fall for ignorant stigmatism as to where you feel as though certain people should kind of control whether or not you think a certain way? And sometimes it may go back to how you was raised, which was still, in a sense, you have to learn to become your own individual person. Like me, myself, I had to learn that just because my parents had certain views or thoughts, whatever, I had to go and explore and figure out that things aren't what they may say it is whatever way that I kind of want it to be. So, and even it's still to come to where, like, the gay people, you can be a homosexual, bisexual, whatever you feel, without feeling like you have to come a certain way, because I know some people are masculine and this and that, and they feel like they have to become like this feminine, hey Miss Girl type thing to try to compete with the other gay people. Fuck the rest of them. Be whoever the hell, excuse my language, but be who it is that you feel like you ought to be. And it took me some years to come to that conclusion, because I was a certain way, and I felt a certain way about feminine people, but then I became a feminine person and fell out of that sort of phase, whatever. It just became me, I do what I want to do, how I want to do it, say what I want to say, how I want to say it, regardless of who takes offense. I try not to offend people, but if your offense is based on ignorance, I really don't care. So, you know, try to open your mind, and at the end of the day, regardless of if you're gay, straight, bi, if you're confused, whatever, it's based on who you are as a person on the inside. If you feel like fucking fat training, that's what you feel like fucking. If you feel like being straight, whatever. I'm not saying to go trying different things to see what you are. You already know what you are and what you want. I mean, that's what it is at the end of the day. And for people who can't accept that and kiss your ass, don't be scared of nobody either. I ain't saying go pick no fights, but if it's gonna see your views, fuck them. That's it.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Thank you, J Master, for clarifying that. Basically, you're right. You know, people don't look at it as if, you know, and that's another part of our next topic that we were going to talk about. Labeling. You know, how people label you in certain things. You know, and it looks at, I can go outside and I don't label people myself, but I can see people and I can say, oh yeah, he's a, you know, because of the way he walk and the way he talk. But it doesn't necessarily mean that the way you walk and the way you talk labels you as a homosexual, because there are some sensitive feminine men that walks around and got girlfriends and married and have kids, but they're more feminine than most of the regular people. You know, DL, you know, stuff like that. You know, and that's basically what, you know, people don't realize. They'll look at you and say, oh, you are homosexual, you like men and stuff like that. You take, excuse my language, you take, you know what I'm saying, up the butt and everything. And that's one thing I don't like. When they say you're homosexual, they automatically think that you like to take it up the butt.
And they think you're going to hell when you're probably going to beat them into heaven.
Yeah, that's the thing about stereotype. They stereotype you and make you think that, oh yeah, you know, you're doing this, you're going to hell. But you got to realize, all sin, there is no sin bigger than any. All sins are equal.
I think it's the amount of sin that you do.
That's right, exactly. You can be an adulterer, you can be cheating on your wife with different women, you can be a killer, you can be
you being judgmental, calling somebody a fag or gay, or assuming that they're going to hell, they're still a sin also.
Exactly.
So while they're doing that sin, you're still sinning by judging them or calling them or giving them some type of label or figuring that you know their destiny when you don't even know your own.
Exactly, and I agree with that. So that's the main part of stereotyping, because this is an issue that's been going around for years. You know, people stereotype people where they think that they are one thing, but you can't stereotype nobody because you're judgmental, and that's being somewhat of racist bias or judgmental. You know, racist bias, because you're looking at, oh yeah, because you this, and then they look at you a certain way, and then you're sinning your own self. You know, you're making yourself look bad because, you know, you can't look at certain things and expect, you know, that's what it is. You know, and that's why, you know, that's why I believe that basically homosexuality is a topic that people don't look at it in different broad aspects. You know, who knows? 50 Cent could be gay. You know. There have been traces where they say Lil Wayne was messing around. You know, there was a picture of Lil Wayne and Baby kissing on all over the internet. You know, there was traces. You know, there was, you know, they was talking about
that doesn't mean nothing, because
the guy from New York who's a rapper that wore a dress on 106 in Park. They was talking about him was gay. You know, that
Rocky.
Yeah,
and Kanye West too. And then, but Kanye, see, that's the thing I'm talking about. Kanye, like, he's trying to make a ballsy move. But then when people start saying stuff about it, the bitch got pussy and so like they're taking it down. Even if you take it down, people don't saw the shit or whatever you done did in there. If you know, even if you wore a dress and panties, but you know you're not gay and you don't like guys, who cares?
Exactly. Just like I saw a video that there was a BET video that came out. You know, because BET did like certain videos for like certain artists, and they did like an interview, and then they showed some of the videos, and they had it on Neo, and there was a rumor going around that Neo was gay, and Neo came out and said, I am not. Just because the way Neo, you know, talks and his appeals and stuff, people just thought he was gay, because most people think that pretty boys are gay. A percentage of the pretty boys are gay. I don't think it. I just think that they're in love with themselves, but I don't believe that they're all gay. I just think that they take a little bit more time with themselves. You have a comment on that?
Yeah. Some pretty people don't have to. They don't do all of that. A lot of them just wake up, they groom themselves, and then they look pretty and they walk out the door. People think that they gotta do all this detail. Yeah, maybe some do, but that's what like some people who look atrocious. Because like I used to cut hair and stuff like that, and the ugly people are the pickiest people when it comes to haircut. And it's like a straight tape line, bitch, is not gonna make you look any better than what the fuck you already look like.
Exactly.
Yeah, because you just stereotype pretty people. But go ahead.
We're gonna take a commercial break, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna discuss this more, and we're gonna keep with the topic. This is the Round Table Talk. This is your boy C Money with J Monster. We'll be right back.